Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be super low-key, super relaxed. I am just going to be getting ready. I'm actually about to hit the road and I'm going bowling with friends, which is going to be a nice relaxing Sunday night, which I never do anything. So for me to go out at all is kind of a big deal. So I did want to hang out with you guys while I got ready, and you guys are going to see everything it took to get to this look right here. If that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. I upload 3 times a week, and that's going to be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you cannot miss any uploads, because again, I upload 3 times a week. I'm not going to ramble because I do have to get out of here, so let's jump right into the video. So I am going to make sure, and I've been really good lately, but I'm going to continue to make sure that I link all of the items I use in the description box down below. I know I normally do, and it's a lot less important because I talk to you guys about the products, but on the days that I just kind of chill here and talk to you guys, and it's a little more relaxed, and it's a little more focused on me just getting ready, I often forget to be like, hey, I'm using a MAC Painterly paint pot or whatever I happen to be using. So it just becomes a little bit easier for me to just remember to link it always, right? But that being said, I am priming my eyes, and we are going to be using the Jackie Aina palette today because you guys know, I'm really into, especially as we get into fall, like olivey, smoky eyes. So the few times that I've used this palette, I have used the green and I've played around with the tones, but today I want to take it there, and I really want to do like a very autumn, fall inspired smoky eye, and I'm super excited to use it. So I don't know how grungy we're going to end up going today, but I am going bowling with friends, which I think is going to be a whole lot of fun, and I'm really feeling the fall. Like, I am almost at the point where I pulled my riding boots out. Like, we're going bowling, so obviously I'm not wearing riding boots to go bowling. That is the most ridiculous extraness that even for me is too much. But that being said, like, are you guys ready for fall, or is that just me? Because you guys know, the second we hit like the second week of August, I am like full-blown Halloween, pumpkin spice, everything. As you guys know, because I've said it a million times, when I do like to go like cool tone, olivey, smoky, whatever the case may be, I do make sure that I do a very warm crease, just because I do like the way that contrast is. So we definitely have that warm crease going on, and I am ready for depth and darkness and grunginess and all of the above. I just had a moment of panic because my Makeup Shack T49 has recently become like my favorite packing brush, and I thought I lost it. Well, I didn't think I lost it, but it definitely was not where it was supposed to be. And this is why I love this palette. I just find that, I mean, I know that it was designed for deeper complexions than mine, but because of that, the pigment is just so rich that I find that I can really get a nice, smooth blend, but more importantly, I can get a super pigmented, defined look without having to really, like, spend 9 hours layering up eyeshadow. I'm on my 3rd shade, 2nd brush, and everything is just blending so effortlessly and so easily. Now, dipping into a face powder, I'm just going to use that to make sure the ends are super blended. That is the only downside to this palette, is that on my complexion, I find that I just need one shade a little lighter just to blend things out, but I don't mind grabbing for something else because I've got a million like powders or things that work for my complexion. This palette was not made with my complexion in mind, and that's okay. All right, now that we've got the grungy, smoky base ready to go, I'm going to grab Sponsored, the star of the show. I'm going to load that up, and we're going to press that into the lid. So I know this is going to come as a huge surprise, but I think I am in love with how this is turning out. So I'm going to go throw on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, so lashes are on. I'm wearing Giselle #1s from Huda Beauty, and after today, these lashes are garbage. You know how you get to that point where you reuse your lashes, and there's always like that one time you put them on and you're like, yep, this is the last one. So I have had these for a very long time. I have worn them a lot of times, and today's going to be the last day I get to wear these puppies. All right, to prime the face, I'm going to grab my Murad Oil Control Pore Control Mattifier, and I'm going to throw that on. I did put on a broad spectrum SPF this morning, because right now it is like 4:30 when I'm filming this, but this is like the only thing that keeps me from getting shiny. So even if I'm going out at night when I don't necessarily need more SPF, I will still take this because it's the only thing that will keep me from getting super, super shiny. And while I work on complexion, I'm going to rant for a minute. I have been, the past like 4 days, binging the first season of Euphoria. If you have not started watching that yet, you are seriously missing out. So obviously, because this is a makeup channel, I gotta tell you, I am obsessed with the makeup. I love the way that they do everything. Like, I hate to say it this way, but in so many shows, you'll notice that, you know, the plot is important and what everybody is doing is super important. And then the makeup that the characters are wearing is often like super secondary. And that's fine. Like, the makeup doesn't have to be the most important thing in the show. However, in Euphoria, I feel like every single item that they are wearing and every single makeup look that they're using, it's like on purpose. You know how, I think the best way I can put this is, I might finally be out of a foundation. What the hell? Where was I? Oh yeah, so the makeup doesn't need to be like important, and it doesn't necessarily drive the plot. However, you want it to at least be remotely intentional and not, okay, we threw makeup on someone. Like, the looks they do are super creative. I actually picked up a whole bunch of jewels and mini pearls and things to use because I am feeling like super inspired to play with, I hate to use the word prosthetics because it's not a prosthetic, but I feel like every character at one point or another, it's more than just glitter. There will be stones and rhinestones and gems and like little chains glued on as eyeliner. Like, there are some awesome things that they're doing that I think is so, it's just cool. Like, it's interesting, and it's something different because everybody is always doing the exact same thing. And now it's more than just a small smoky eye or some winged liner. The characters are really like, I don't know, breaking boundaries. It's awesome. Now, I don't know, like, I love Maddie, the character. I don't know who's actually getting up like 3 hours early before school to put on, like, she had rhinestones in her brows and like, who's doing that at 16, 17 years old? I know when I was in middle school and high school, more high school, nobody looked that good. Like, not to say that people didn't get ready for school and nobody wore makeup. I mean, I didn't. But it's just like, I don't know. Nobody looked that good in high school. We're getting into that weird hour where the sun is starting to set a little bit and everything is starting to look super warm. I feel like I look super yellow. So I'm going to ignore that, and hopefully that gets straightened out by the end of the look because I'm going out. I need to look good. So anyway, yes, Euphoria. If you have not watched it, you need to. It's just, I feel like the best way to describe it is a grown-up version of Degrassi. Like, that was super after school specially, And yeah, there were some great like lessons to be learned, and they were doing some things that high school students should not be doing. But I feel like Euphoria takes it to the next level. You know what? Let me know down below if you have watched Euphoria already. Are you as obsessed as everyone else? Because I feel like you don't really hear too many people talking about, I watched Euphoria and it was alright. Like, people love it, or they don't talk about it. I have yet to hear somebody, like, complain about the show. Also, earlier this week, I had a day where I don't know if I was sick and it, went away in a day, or if it was just allergies. But I had a day where I was so sick and my nose was running nonstop. So I have a bunch of like dry skin around my nose, and if you guys know, I don't have any dry patches anywhere. I am not dry by any means. So for me to have foundation grabbing to the tip of my nose in a weird way, kind of a weird moment for me. And this is proof that a little concealer and the right powder can fix literally anything. I feel like I was looking so yellow before, and now we're looking pretty good. Am I the only one? I know this is random, but every now and then I will kind of rearrange the way I do my makeup, and I'll like completely switch where steps go. For the longest time, the very last thing I did was always brows. And lately, I started doing it as soon as I finished powdering my face. And there's no real reason why, other than I started doing it at a different time. It doesn't change anything. It's just me. Let me know down below. Tell me. Because I know there's a lot of people who like the first thing they do when they sit down to do their makeup in the morning is brows. And that will never be me. Because with the amount of powder I use, if I was to start with brows, holy hell, they would be ashy and gray and covered in powder before I even got halfway done with my face. And that's not okay. My question to you, who the hell wears lashes to go bowling? Like, is that a thing? Or am I just that extra? Because I know, super low key, not a huge deal, but like, here I am, spending, 45 minutes getting ready, hanging out with you guys, recording, which, okay, this is probably going to be a moment. So I was talking to my mom the other day, and my brother and sister are super into their activities. My sister does dance, my brother does baseball, and then between that, they both have part-time jobs. They are 16, like, doing the most. Anyway, my mom was talking about how their schedules are completely, like, insane. They never stop going. They never stop moving. And I was like, aren't you glad that when I was their age, like, I did musicals and then I came home and hung out in my room. Like, I wasn't really into doing a million things. Not that I was antisocial. I had friends. I just, have always preferred to kind of like hang out and do my own thing. I've always kind of been a homebody. And when I mentioned that to my mom the other day, she was like, well, you still did things. And I was like, listen, as an adult, I spend my free time sitting in a room by myself, talking to a camera, and then posting that shit online. And it was just this epiphany that my life is not normal. Like, who does that? But I enjoy doing it. Is that just me? I mean, I feel like a lot of you guys won't relate or can't relate. But if you do, let me know. Because if I could spend every night just chilling in this room right here in my studio, playing with makeup and then recording it for you guys, like, that is seriously the best time ever. And we are starting to feel sculpty. I feel like the nose needs to be touched up. Yeah, we're going to fix that. For some reason, I also had a pouch where my bronzer kind of pulled up my foundation. That is another thing that I find super weird. That these products are things that I literally use all the time. And then you'll have those days where they just apply differently for some reason. And it's just, I don't know. Weird is the only word. It's like, how is it that things that I literally use like every day can somehow just start, I wasn't done with that, can somehow just start not working for you? We're gonna grab some black liner. Do I want brown? No, I'm gonna go with brown today. I've been trying a new system lately of how I store and organize my brushes. And I'm gonna be completely honest that I'm still not used to it yet. And it is making things quite difficult for me. You guys are gonna see it coming fairly soon, actually. I have a whole series coming on like YouTube 101. Basically walking you guys through how I do everything from starting my channel, the filming equipment I use, how I edit, how I plan content, how I keep track of what I need to be filming and when. All that fun stuff. So you guys are going to see that coming soon. And in that, I'm going to go into a little detail of how my brushes go and how I store everything, because I am kind of doing like a beauty room studio tour in that series. I am going to be keeping it pretty generic just because all the makeup related things you guys are going to kind of see in the video where I talk about my studio. Everything else that I'm going to talk about, even though this is a makeup channel, I will be kind of keeping it generic so that any type of channel can use it. Just because I know not everyone's looking to do a beauty YouTube. Not everybody wants to strictly talk about makeup. But there's a lot of things that go into the setup, the lighting, the editing, the technology, the products I'm using above and beyond the makeup that I think could be super helpful for more people than just those doing makeup. Also, I feel like the hardest part of doing my makeup is committing to a blush. Like, I feel like I am the worst and I use the same 3 blushes all the time. Or I use the same tone of blush. Like, this is NARS Orgasm, and it is a pinky blush with a golden reflect and a little bit of illumination. And that's like the vibe. Like, tell me I'm crazy, but like, I make such a big deal out of like, I'm gonna pick a different blush today. And then I just pick the same kind of color I always do. The one thing I do know is I want to glow today. So I'm going to grab Artist Couture. Whenever I have those days where I'm like, I want to blind everyone, this is like the first thing I grab. Just because it's so beautiful. It wears super nicely. It doesn't accentuate texture. And if I really want to layer it up with something else, I can. But just giving myself that initial glow is so easy. Then grabbing a little bit of Illuminati, which is one of the Diamond Glow powders. And you guys know I basically just work with whatever is kind of stuck in the lid. You do not need a lot of this product. I'm just going to add a tiny bit to the highest point of the cheek. Just to, there we go. Glazing. Gonna lock all that in place. And for lip, I'm gonna throw on Dolce Vita from NARS. Alright, I picked this because it was a slightly shiny, like sheer nude, super low key. Although knowing me, I am gonna just throw a gloss in my pocket and use that to touch up all night, because this is beautiful and I love the shine. Also super comfortable. This is the first time I've used this lipstick. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today while I got ready. Time for me to go... This took a lot longer than I thought it would. Time for me to go throw on my outfit and head out the door. And yeah, so thank you guys again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.